Ever wondered why the clips on your backpack are shaped so weird? Well, it's because you can literally use it as a whistle.
No way.
Yeah, I kind of want to start using these like wherever I go. I also want to check every single backpack to see which ones have it. Get lost in woods, or if you want to be a referee. Okay, I mean, you're taking someone's job over there.
What the hell?
So apparently the loops on your shopping cart are meant for your bags. I wish my body had some of these loops so I could only do one trip.
Did you know that the headrest on every single car is detachable? This is so that if you are ever stuck in a sinking vehicle, you can break the windows and escape.
No way.
You didn't know that.
I didn't know that, but also the worst part about that hack is you can't test it out until it's too late. Like, wouldn't the water pressure stop you from being able to break the windows? I hope it's true, but also I hope I never have to find out. If you have a car that opens up with a button, you might be wondering,
Well, what if that battery dies?
well, there's a hidden key in there. You can pop open the handle, and then you can actually use the key. I had no idea this existed. I wonder how many people are gonna check all the things in this video after. Did you know that you have a piece of NASA space technology in your house right now? So basically, when astronauts first went to the moon, they were like,
We need something to like suck up like moon dust so we can take it back to the lab and examine it.
and then they were like,
Wait, this actually works really well on regular dust too, and
that's how vacuums were born. So if your mom asks you to vacuum, it's technically an astronaut's fault. Okay, we're learning how to use an olive spoon. I didn't even know an olive spoon was a thing, and now I'm finding out I'm using it wrong. Like, I'm so behind. I'm like in the dark ages. Okay, so apparently it has a little hole in there so you can pull the olives out, but not the juice? How bougie do you need to be to have a designated olive spoon? Like, who do you think you are, Elon Musk? Like, anyone with a separate spoon for like anything other than just regular spoons, I feel like they're just trying to flex. That's how I know I'm getting old. I'm starting to see kitchen utensils as like flexes. I'm like, oh, they flexing. They got an olive spoon. Like, no, they just have a spoon with a hole in it. Like, relax. So there's actually a reason why pencils are yellow. And it's not what you think. So long ago in ancient China, only royalty would wear yellow. So they made all the good quality pencils yellow as a symbol of royalty. So now I guess only good quality pencils have stuck around because they're pretty cheap to make. We don't need the bad quality ones anymore. So all we are left with are yellow royal pencils. What? History is so weird. It's wild how much our culture has changed. Mostly for the best. Like, I'm really glad I wasn't living back in ancient times. Life probably would not be very good for me. Okay, so that teeny tiny black hole on your camera is actually something. It's called a LiDAR scanner. And basically what it does is it uses lasers to judge distance and depth, which doesn't do much for us now, but when AR becomes a thing, it's gonna be huge. So they're gonna use that for augmented reality. Okay, I think we've all seen this hack by now. I used to always think that like these cups never held enough ketchup. And then one day I learned it wasn't my fault, it was the cup's fault. I've seen this before. So you can dispense exactly one Tik Tac. I almost said TikTok. But like, who is this dainty person eating like one single Tic Tac? I can't even say the word anymore because I watch so much TikToks. I'm like, tick, 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 tick. I'm still gonna pour it directly in my mouth like an avalanche. But it's good to know I have options, I guess. So this guy's out here claiming Nintendo Switch is making their cartridges taste bad so people don't eat them. Is this a common problem? Well, he's gonna taste it for us so we can find out.
Does it taste bad?
Okay, let's find out.
Oh God! Oh,
Wait, it is? So that
oh
means
my God.
some of y'all are out there
Oh,
eating
really?
these?
Oh, gee.
Those are computer chips, not regular chips.
Oh, that's not good at all. Boy, I was not ready for that.
I can't believe that. I thought there was no way that was gonna be true. Well, maybe this is Nintendo's way of avoiding a lawsuit. When I was really young, my sister swallowed a toy. I remember vividly because like I've never seen my mom freak out like she did, and she was so scared. And like we took my sister to the hospital. It turns out like she was fine. I guess I don't know what happened. Did she have to poop the toy out? I don't even know. I should ask her. But anyways, if that toy tasted badly, she probably wouldn't have swallowed it. So maybe Nintendo's onto something here. But then again, the irony of this is that after this person has made this video, I bet more people are tasting it just to see if it tastes bad out of curiosity and also for views. Okay, did you know the hole in the Pasture spoon is for measuring the perfect amount of pasta? But I feel like I need more than that. It's kind of a small hole. Okay, so the lines on the solo cup mean something. The first one is the perfect 1 ounce. The second one is the perfect amount of grapefruit juice. And the third one is for the perfect amount of soda. But like, what about for water? Where's the line for water? Are we just forgetting about that?
How old were you when you realized that the arrow tells you what side your gas pump is?
No way. So we've heard of the walk of shame, but you know what the drive of shame is? That's when you pull up on the wrong side and you have to do a U-turn around the gas station to pump the gas. Okay, so apparently this is to hold a basket, but like I've always treated it like a hoverboard until I like got too big and then I flipped one day and you know, that was the end of hoverboards for me. Okay, if you ever get stuck in an elevator, what are you supposed to do? If your answer was find a designated pee place, then you're nasty. But also you're wrong. If you've ever wondered what that little hole is for, it's actually not an air vent, which is what I've always thought. And it's especially not a pee hole, as we discussed. It's so when the person who's come to take care of the emergency comes, they put a little special key in there that opens the elevator for you. It's pretty handy dandy, but I guess you still have to wait around for them, so it's scary. So this person says they finally discovered what a pizza table's for. It's for when you need to share a slice and not touch the other slice. What? Okay, everybody has like a different theory what this is about. Like, look over here in the comments. This person says it's so that the top of the box doesn't stick to the cheese. It's what I always thought. But my dude over here says, nah, it's for people under 5'8" to sit around. Savage. If you've ever heard like a loud noise when you're driving on the road, it's called a rumble strip. And when you drive over it, it makes a noise basically to tell people to stay in their lane. I wish I could install this into life. Like some people need to stay in their lane. Okay, but seriously, this actually decreases accidents by 50%, and especially helpful for people who like almost accidentally fall asleep while they're on the wheel. It will wake them up. The good on you, rumble strips. What can you tell us about toothpicks? Okay, so they're saying it looks like a hamster samurai, but it's not. Okay, great. We all knew that. Okay, so the first screw in the toothpick is weak and can be broken up easily. So you can use as a stand after to avoid contact with a table or tablecloth. Keeps things a little cleaner and classier. I always thought it was decorative. And I also feel like it would like roll off that tiny stand. It's more effort than it's worth. I'm not classy enough to have a stand for my toothpick. You can use this part of the scissors to twist the bottle cap that you can't open very easily. And this other part can be used as a bottle opener. And obviously you know what the rest of it does. Okay, so when you're signing a check, to find out if it's fake, you need to look closely at the line. And it's not just a line, it's made up of repeating words that says signature authorized. Thanks TikTok for this like archaic way of exchanging money that like I don't think your main demographic uses. Like I haven't seen a check in, wow. You guys use checks still? Okay, did you know the little drawer under your oven is actually meant to keep food warm while you're cooking other food, or even to heat things up very slowly? I actually knew this, but I know absolutely no one who actually uses it for this purpose. Like, I'm pretty sure everyone just uses it as extra storage. Like, I don't really cook, so I don't have any kitchen stuff. So I actually use it for my sweaters. It keeps them like extra toasty. Okay, I'm joking. JK, please don't do that. It's a fire hazard. I don't want to risk it. So men's shirts have this little hook on the back so you can hang them without them creasing. Okay, but the way they did that kind of seemed like they were like actually gonna like carry this man away with a crane. What's wrong with hangers? I guess it'd be like if you're like in a locker room where there are no hangers. Because I guess technically those like stiff collared shirts do crease easy. Like most of my shirts don't get creased. I can just toss them in the corner like I do. Or in like the designated clothing chair. I feel like everyone has a designated clothing chair. Do you know most doors are engineered to repel germs? I know this because I have a science degree in biology, not in door science. I don't think that's a thing. They're usually made out of a copper alloy, which means it like kills bacteria right on contact. Okay, so what does the hole in a ruler do? It's for hanging it up. You didn't need to make this a whole video. That's like pretty obvious. Like I know most of us also use it to like make them out of helicopters, but that's not their real purpose because the world hates fun. Have you guys ever seen this like pole that looks like it has like a hat on top? Well, it's not a lamppost. It's actually a pipe that takes the smelly and explosive gases from the sewers and brings them up into the air. But it brings them so high up that they don't harm us. They're called stink pipes, by the way. They're kind of like silent but deadly. But it kind of makes me sad for like birds. Like they're just flying in perpetual fart cloud. On the other hand, it's kind of revenge for all the time they stole my french fries. Also, like stink pipe doesn't even seem like a real word. It sounds like insult. Like a really bad insult somebody would make. Like you would like laugh and be like, okay, good one. Stink pipe.
I was today years old when I learned what the hole in the panhandle was for.
Okay. Like, it's clever. I like that you figured it out. But I can't tell if that's what it's actually for or if people are just making things up at this point. Because it could also be to hang the pot. Like, how do we really know what the real use is? These things never come with full instructions. Okay, so you can actually alter your stapler. That little metal piece, you can turn it around and then it can be used on much larger packages. I'm over here thinking it's just a face. Oh boy, was I wrong. Okay, Bob the Builder, this one's for you. So if you're ever having a hard time turning a screw, you can actually use a wrench on the screwdriver to help you turn it. So it helps you screw better. Wait. Okay, so I thought the torch on the Statue of Liberty was just like decoration, but it was originally meant to be used as a lighthouse for ships coming into the harbor. That's pretty cool. I had no idea. So you can actually turn these tiny little boxes of cereal into the bowls themselves. Just cut it open, pour the milk in, and then you don't have to do the dishes. This also works with a regular sized cereal box. What? Don't judge me. Girl likes her food, okay? Oh look, it's only acceptable use for candy corn. Art. I didn't know it actually made a corn on the cob. That's pretty cool. I hate how they taste, but they're kind of interesting. It's very conflicting. I don't know how to feel anymore. These things. Is it bad the more you tell me not to eat something, the more I want to? But don't worry. If you're not going to be edible, you might as well be useful, and they apparently are. You can use them with like your makeup and your clothes and your shoes to keep things dry and from getting moldy and from lasting longer, apparently. I know this one. You know when you know something and then you're surprised other people don't know? It's basically when your box cutter gets dull, you can actually snap it and then you have a brand new sharp blade. These people were just out here like tossing them out every time they got dull and buying new ones. Like, what a waste. Okay, so you might be wondering what that little hole on a lock is for. And it's basically in case it rains and water gets inside the lock. And then if the water freezes, the water would expand and break the lock. It's also so they can pour like oil inside of it if it becomes rusty. The more you know. Okay, why do golf balls have dimples? Oh, I didn't know they were called dimples. That makes them seem so cute. I just want to squeeze their cheeks. They don't even have cheeks. Anyways, you want to know what it's for. Like, that's why we're here. The dimples reduce air damage so it can go super far. And the really cool part is how they discovered this. So years and years and years ago, they used to use completely smooth golf balls. And they noticed the ones that they used the most that were super damaged would go further. So then they were like, oh, we need to put little holes in them. And somehow it worked. Okay, so here they're gonna show us how to put a toilet seat cover on. I have some interesting facts for you. They don't actually work. Toilet seat covers and toilet paper are actually absorbent, so bacteria is able to go through it. Whereas the plastic of the seat, bacteria can live on it for a less amount of time. So it's actually kind of making things worse, but this is where things get even worse. Just being in the bathroom, you're exposed to germs because every time someone flushes without the toilet seat down, all the germs are released in the air and they can go like 6 feet far. That's why you should always put the seat down. If I'm freaking you out right now, don't worry. It's actually not that scary because most of those germs actually can't get you sick. You have those germs on your body as well. In the very low, almost impossible chance you do get sick, the only way it could happen is if somebody's sick and their germs get into your body. And the only way it can get into your body is through an opening, like for example, a wound, or you like put your hands in your mouth after touching the toilet seat. Like, you probably shouldn't be doing that. Basically, the only thing that's keeping you safe is your immune system and washing your hands, which is ironic because I feel like most of the people who are like squatting and putting 100 layers of toilet paper on seats are the ones who are like not washing their hands. And I'm like, you're missing the most important part. Wash your hands, use a paper towel to close the water, and like, you're safe, you're good, you're Gucci. Okay, but I have a confession to make. Even after knowing all this, I still put toilet paper on the seat. Just because like that's how I was raised, and I can't sit on a public bathroom seat. I'm conditioned that way, even though I know better. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I love y'all so much. Stay awesome, stay sweet, and don't forget to be nice to each other. I'll see you in the next video.